Welcome back everybody to another episode. In this week's video we're going to be taking down all the grass pieces and all the buildings over there in the city section. So I'm really excited. We're going to destroy some Lego buildings, which took me a really long time to make, and it's going to take me probably 10 minutes or less to destroy them. So it's kind of sad, but we got to do what we got to do. So we're going to get these parts back so we can use them on the next mock, which I don't know what it's going to be just yet. So feel free to talk about that in the comments down below. Once again, if you guys want any Vietnam figures, you can check them out on my website, BrickTactical.com. I have the Viet Cong American soldier, Viet Cong American, what am I talking about? Viet Cong soldier and the Vietnam American soldier. These are both on my website. And without further ado, let's go ahead and I think let's start with the buildings. I think that's going to be the most fun part. So let's go adjust the camera over there, get some empty Lego bins, and start destroying those. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to empty out these clear studs out of this fountain, and then I'm also going to pick up all the spare rubble pieces around this, mock. So I'm just going to use a smaller cup for all these because there's no point in wasting a larger bin for these, as I dropped a bunch of them there. Let's grab those. And yeah, so I'm going to grab all of these. There's a couple more of these piles around the mock, but I'm going to try to sort the bricks as I go. I think that's just the most efficient thing to do, at least when you can. It is sometimes you get to that point where it's like, I'm done sorting. I just want to destroy this mock, and that's kind of where I'm getting to. So I'm going to go ahead, empty that fountain out, get all the rest of these pieces, and I'll show you guys what I got. Okay, we've got clear studs and all the detailing pieces that were scattered around the city. So now I'm going to readjust the camera. Let's start with this front building here, and let's just take it down. Alright guys, it's the moment you've been waiting for. We got the empty bin, and we're just going to start taking this thing apart. Basically, I'm not going to put this in there. I'm going to try to keep most of these building parts kind of separated out. So all of these are more or less light bluish gray bricks or plates. So I'm going to keep those in the same bin. I might take these larger plates here and separate them out. And I'm trying to break them up just a little bit as I go, just for storage, and it's just going to make my life easier when I go back to build them. So I'm actually going to take these and put these in a separate bin, because when we go to tear up this section here, we're going to have a lot of light bluish gray plates as well. So I'm going to try to kind of separate them as I go, and as you can see, it doesn't take long to tear down one of these buildings. I'm actually just going to tear that, put that in there. That's fine for now. But all this hard work comes down pretty quickly, and that's just kind of, it is what it is. So let's tear this down. And while I have the camera set up, I don't know if you guys can see that, but if I move this over, let's just tear down this wall as well, because this is all light bluish gray bricks too. And get those, at least a majority of them, as much as we can. And I forgot the fountain here, so we can do that as well. I forgot that we put the fountain straight on the, I forgot we actually plated this over to dark bluish gray. I totally forgot about that. So we're gonna have some dark bluish gray plates too. Actually, that's gonna be annoying because we have plates on plates, which are gonna be really hard to get apart, but we'll have to just do that. I won't do that on camera. I might do a time lapse, or I might even live stream that. Just something I can do while I live stream to you guys. So we got most of the bricks here. That's all that it took to build that massive building. I mean, here's my hand. My hand's probably a third of that building, and that's all it took. So guys, I'm gonna set up the camera. We're gonna destroy these back buildings up next. Okay, up next on the hit list is the big office building. I decided to do this one first because it's mainly light bluish gray, and we already got these bins out here. So let's just start off by doing this. This is actually pretty cool. This is one piece. This is the balcony, and you can actually see how it was connected on there with those light bluish gray headlight bricks. It just simply snapped in there, and it just sat on top of those pillars, and it was a really nice setup. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in for you, or get a little bit closer for you guys so you can see that. So all it was is it snapped to those pieces there, and it sat on top of these pillars, and it was a really, you can see how it just connects in right there, and it's just, you just push in and boom, it's on there, and that actually worked very well. So I just thought I would show you guys that, and sorry for zooming in and zooming out there, but let's see. Okay, yeah, we're in frame. So I'm just gonna break this up here, put this in the bin of all the other bricks. That's pretty straightforward. Those are pretty much all 1x4s and some 1x6s and some plates to make it longer there. These pillars, I'm just gonna grab these here. These are gonna go straight back into my brick bricks. Actually, some of these are normal 1x2 bricks, so I'm actually gonna separate those separately, and I'm actually gonna put those in one of these cups just for ease of use. So let's take those off there. And then I guess, can I just grab this? I'm just gonna grab this building here. And you know what? I'm gonna do part of this live. I'm gonna go on my Instagram right now. And I'm going to, when you see this video, guys, this is actually a live video and this will be on YouTube. So I'm filming right now on both video and Instagram. And we're just destroying this building. So that's what I'm up to, guys. And basically, let's start sorting this out kind of. So we got two problems, or two colors. We've got tan and we've got light bluish gray. Then we've also got some random colors. So let's go ahead and grab one more bin here. Make sure you guys can see most of what I'm doing here. Let's point the camera down a little bit more. So light bluish gray in here, tan in here. So let's get all of this tan. Most of this tan is 1x6s and some of them are longer pieces, but a good majority of them is 1x6s. And then we've got a bunch of 1x4s here. And then we're going to have a lot of window pieces towards the front of this. And then obviously we have the big roof section here that we're going to have to deal with. So I'm just going to kind of break some of these parts off. A lot of this, like I said, is 1x6s. And then this is just the giant roof panel. So I'm just going to set that aside. We'll figure that out later. And then we do have a bunch of tiles here. These are 1x8s. So I'm actually once again going to grab another cup here. And I'm just going to start putting all those in there. And we'll just keep on kind of sifting through this here. I don't know how much of this I'm going to sort, like I said, on here versus just destroy it and get it over with. We're at 3 minutes and 27 seconds here already on this video clip, so I'm going to speed things up here and get one more cup for all the window pieces, and I can sort those later. But you can actually sort pretty fast. If you have all your bins ready to go, everything's just there. So that is one nice thing. So as you can see, I'm going through this pretty fast. Let's just go through all of this, like so. Get these tiles off of here. We do have all these other dark bluish gray panels, or not panels, but window frames. I'm just going to mix those because they're pretty simple to tell the difference in color, so I'm not going to worry about that. Do that. And then we've got all this tan back here. And a lot of this tan building is I had a bin of, I think they're 1x2 by 5 bricks tall, I think it is. So that's what a majority of this back, because you're not going to see it, so it really didn't matter what parts I used, but I just happened to have those on hand. So, okay, that's a majority of that. This almost is all, you can see this is all attached. This is all 1x2 by 5s more or less. So honestly, I should sort those out by piece just because it's so easy, but for now, I'm just going to break these up and put them in the top of this bin. I might even go to Target later and get some more bins, but actually get larger ones. These are the small shoebox size ones. These are, you can only get these for like $1. $1 with the lid, which is actually a really good price. So let me break that up here. Let's just finish this up. We're almost done. Let's get the rest of all these bricks here. This is all tan. This is all 1x2s actually. And some 1x3s. So let's get that here. And done. So let's take a look. We've got our tan. We've got all our tiles in dark bluish gray. Got the window frames. All the light bluish gray. This is filling up. And then we've got a blank slate there. So next up, we've got the lonely little building right there. Kind of reminds me of the building from Up. It's just a tiny little building in the middle of nowhere. So guys, let's go ahead and tear this one down as well. Okay, next up we've got these two small buildings here, and these actually might be a little bit difficult because we've got multiple colors here, but I'm going to use this bin for the white. Let's just go ahead and, wow, that actually came apart almost in one piece there. I'm just going to kind of break it up, put it in here, and like I said with the other stuff, like this is all tiled and plates. I'll deal with this later. I'm just trying to get this mock apart and in bins. So some of this light bluish gray on the bottom section, I'm just throwing in the bin to the left of me here. Yeah, most of this is white. 1x6s. The whole back, oh, look at that. There's like the whole frame of it there. So a lot of this is white 1x6s. The bottom section is light bluish gray, but I can just take those off real quick there. Break this up here like so. Get this front section. We got one white window panel, so I'm putting that with the other ones. And then we can get all of this right here. And pretty much all the white's gone. So I'm going to put this on the ground, and we can move on to the sand green, which I might need another bin for. So I'm going to actually go back and actually, I got a box here. I'll make this work for now. So this little building here, you know, this would be a cool one to actually keep. If I can get this up in one piece. Oh, would you look at that? Almost got it in one piece. The floor isn't going to hold in itself. That would actually be kind of cool to keep. I'm going to keep that. You know what? Someone mentioned to me on a live stream if I should keep a piece of it. I'm going to try to keep this. So I'm actually probably going to take off these bottom braces here. I got to do a little bit of work on the bottom here because you see how these are laid out. These are just going to fall, but I want to keep the siding, so I'm going to pop these off, and I'm actually going to try to salvage this. Let's see if I can do this here on camera. So pop those off, pop that off. I guess I could leave that piece there. And then I'm going to grab, could I use this piece? Yeah, so if I pop this off carefully, that's what I don't want. I don't want these dark bluish gray pieces coming off because I want to keep those. So I'm going to cut and I'm going to save this, and then I'll come back and show you guys. Okay, I was able to actually salvage a good portion of that, so I'm just going to go ahead. I don't need this box anymore, and we can kind of tear up some of this section here. This is kind of the elevated, I don't know what you would call this. So now we're starting to get into the filler brick, so I'm going to want to try to separate that out as best I can. And I'm just trying to keep the light bluish gray in one bin, and then these plates in another bin. So this is where I'm going to have to start getting a bin to put in all the random colored bricks. Kind of forgot about that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to actually, let's stop here and let's go ahead and move to some of the trees, but we got a lot more to do. All right, now for the fun part. Let's get rid of these trees. So I'm just going to start plucking all of these. This bin is just going to be these trees, which is going to consist of these larger leaf pieces and then 1x1 round, reddish brown brick rounds. So it'll be easy to sort. I was going to put the bushes that you see here, but I'm going to do that in a separate bin. So all of this, these trees, this is really depressing taking these apart because doing just this little forest back here took many hours, probably 2 or 3 hours of laying down these trees because it took a long time to assemble them. And like you'll see in an upcoming video of me talking about how to make these trees, they're very fragile. So I kept breaking them, and then it's like a domino effect because I would have so many next to each other, and if I'd accidentally break one, the one next to it would break, so on and so forth. So, I mean, you can just see how easily these are just compressing down and breaking apart in this bin. So, it is nice for storage, and like I talk about in the video of I don't know if it'll be out yet by the time you're seeing this video, but I'm doing a video on tips and tricks, and one of them is how to make these. So you'll see more info on that. Let's go ahead and move over here. We've got a couple more here, so let's just grab those, put those on top. Grab these, and then this pile was from earlier last episode when I had to remove all those fire pieces. So let's grab all these, all the stranglers, and there we go. We've got a bin full of tree parts there. So that's step one. Let's go ahead. I guess step two would probably be all the bamboo. So I guess let's just start doing that. A lot of this is falling on the ground below, but I'm just gonna get all of this and I'll clean that up later. So this is kind of a rough sort. I'll go back in these bins and actually sort out, because there's definitely going to be some grass and some other pieces that aren't supposed to be in here, but I'm just trying to get kind of the bulk of everything, and then I'll come back and sort. So once again, you guys remember how long it took me, to stack these and to put them up. It takes a lot of time. I'm actually going to put the bushes in here too, just for ease. And then we've got some larger leaves here from the, the little kind of bunker covered up. So I'm going to put that in the leaf bin over there. Let's try to get more of this bamboo and these leaves here. A lot of that back there is grass, so I'm not going to touch that. That's going to be annoying because a lot of this is grass and bamboo. So honestly, I could just be putting all of this in one bin, and I might end up doing that. Some of the grass over there, it's like strictly just grass, so I'm going to try to keep that separate, but I might just kind of do this section, like from the hill up will all be its own thing. So I'm actually just going to do that. So yes, some of this is grass, some of it's bamboo, but I'll just have it sorted later. And like that's a handful of grass. Like I can visually see that. So I'm going to put that in a different bin. So I'm going to go ahead, do all of this off camera, and I'll come back and show you guys what I got. And that's what the mock looks like with no grass. So we've got this bin of mixed bamboo, grass, and then bush pieces. And then this is pretty much, there shouldn't be anything but grass pieces in here. This was like, all of these sections over here was just grass. So that's already sorted, ready to go. This I do have to sort through and separate them out. But it is all gone, guys. No more grass. All those hours of work, torn up in a matter of minutes. Obviously, there's a bunch on the ground that I'll pick up here. But that's going to do it for this episode. So in this episode, we got rid of the buildings. We got rid of all the grass, all the trees, all of that, top level detailing. And then in next week's episode, we're going to be getting rid of all of the rest. So all the plates, all the structural bricks on the side, all the filler brick in the middle, All of that will be going in next I don't want to say next week's episode, but next episode of this little mini series. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the series. If you guys haven't seen the finale video of this MOC, check it out right here. Check out the other videos right there. Subscribe by clicking right there. I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And make sure you guys comment and like, and I'll see you guys in another video.